What up, peoples? Thank you for clicking on this video. And if you clicked on this video, it's because you're interested in reviewing with me Mr. Doomslayer. So, Doomslayer himself. This is the classic variant edition from Doom Eternal. This was a web exclusive to McFarlane Store's website. For unfortunately has been long since sold out. It was slated to come out last year. It did come out. Unfortunately, I missed the pre-order window. But I managed to nab not one, but two of these bad boys on Amazon, surprisingly. I'm not one to actually buy off Amazon when it comes down to a figure that goes up in price. This guy is going for about 60 to 100 bucks in the second market. But thankfully, a United Kingdom retailer had them. Yeah, surprisingly. So, double up gang. I doubled up because I want to keep one in the box and one in the shelf. So let's go and take a look at the accessories and the figure, some comparisons, and wrap it up. So in terms of the accessories for a $20 fig, I mean, it's not too bad. 3 accessories technically. You got his little blade. I think ports into his left arm. There's a little port. The staff moves in the neck. It has the same green paint job as the OG skin, and the silver paint work here on the blade with the serrated edges. The molding is cool. The paint is pretty basic. There's no weathering on it or anything, but it is what it is. And of course, he does come with his tomala, his boomstick. So this is his boomstick. Overall, same molding as the other ones. It does have the gunmetal gray painted on the barrel and here by the trigger. It does have some weathering on it. I don't know if you guys can tell. Around the handle, there's that molded tape wraparound painted in black, and then his hook. The hook is contrasted in gold. I like it, man. I've always been a big fan of this. I want to real quick compare it to the original one. This is the original one that the first fig came with. The tone of the gray, the difference is the tone of the gray is just a little bit different, but overall the same look and style, with the exception of this brown hit. I don't know if that's supposed to resemble wood. No. All right. Either way, here's a boomstick. Tomala. Aside from that, of course, just like every other McFarlane figure, here's the fig stand. He doesn't really need it. Yeah. Anyways, let's look at the fig. So, running down Homeboy's look, style, paint apps, and articulation. I gotta say, and I can't stress this enough, I'm so happy I was able to nab this for 20 bucks, because for 20 bucks, I am a satisfied customer. Especially as a Doom fan. I mean, man, I'm just loving the look of classic Doom guy, classic Doom Slayer. So, if you take a look here, again, this is all for 20 bucks. The helmet is painted with that silver, that's just a silver scheme, but there is weathering. The mold is pretty dope. You can see scrapes and whatnot, like he's been through battle. The visor is more of like a matte finish. It has just that clean visor look. Again, if it was more of an expensive figure, I'd expect more out of the visor, but for $20, it's not bad. He does have, in terms of his clothing, his outwear, it is that military the military green palette. So the upper body armor is painted, or actually it's molded with that bright green. I know I'm not tripping. Oh, look at the detailing with the bullet holes and whatnot. That's pretty dope. I know I'm not tripping. There is definitely some weathering going on around the upper body armor. It's like that weathering, different color schemes, shading, but it's definitely there. Like, you can definitely tell right here on his shoulder cannon. But his shoulder pads are made of that nice rubbery plastics, so it doesn't hinder articulation. Then you got a skin tone painted on his arms. His pants and his gloves are made of that military olive green, while his belt is a lighter tone beige green. And lastly, his boots, they are brown. Look at these guys. This mud is wearing the stompers. Yeah, stompers. Cool little detail that I actually did not realize until I was messing around with his articulation. If you take a close look here at his abs, this whole time, man, I thought Homeboy had a crop top. I know back in the day, in the 90s, there's a bunch of buff dudes over like at Venice Beach rocking crop tops. Like, what the heck? I guess that was the thing. That was the it thing. But nah, all that happened is this guy got wrecked by one of those demons from hell. He's trying to get into him. But yeah, this is a cool little detail. You can tell there's a shirt underneath him. The molding, the way they sculpted it is a torn shirt with his abs showing, and dirt marks, scrapes on his abs there with his little beep 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 belly button. But yeah, that's pretty dope. I can't remember if that's how he was in the game when you acquire the skin. Can't remember. If y'all remember, please comment down below. But yeah, there's that's overall his look and style. Now let's go into his articulation. So he does have his shoulder cannon. His shoulder cannon stuck to the back, to his back, using a ball joint. It's a McFarlane's typical ball joint with the little nubs. I'll show you with his head articulation in just a sec. Then moving up, he has the hinge that allows this shoulder cannon to move up and down, and then that's stuck on another ball joint that allows you to rotate it and move it up and down as well, and sideways. So in terms of his head is again another ball joint. He's able to look down, not much. They would look up a decent amount. I'll remove that. That's the joint that I'm talking about. You see how it's a ball joint with the little nubs. I guess that adds a little bit more friction so it doesn't get too loose, which I like that add-on detail. The only thing that was scary though is when I opened him up, he kept swinging back and forth. If you notice, like, it just swings back and forth. So yeah, I thought I was gonna break it, and I had to loosen it up, so I heated it up, and it wasn't that. It was just the little nubs getting caught. His arms are able to move up pretty good amount to strike a T-pose. He only has a single jointed elbow. Buff muscles, of course. This guy's thick. So his biceps get in the way. The Figma, of course, being that it's a more expensive figure, I believe that one had a double jointed elbow. This one's only going to have a single, but this one does work a lot better than the original, the first release Doomslayer, the actual original skin. In terms of his wrist, he does have a wrist cut. You're able to swivel a full 360, and then he does have that hinge. Now, pro and con to the wrist, as I was noticing on my Spawn figures, is McFarlane normally uses that kind of like semi-ratchet ball joint for the wrist. They didn't use it for this guy, but the one thing I do like and can respect is it doesn't break the mold, so it actually looks very, very aligned. So it's not bad. I can't complain. In terms of his torso, he does have the upper cut right above the abs, able to bend down that much and bend back that much. He does have the lower crunch, sick with it, and he bends back that amount. Yeah, it's not bad. Actually, his ab articulation, his stomach, his torso, upper torso articulation is not bad at all. Now, in terms of his feet, his legs, he's able to kick up that, boy, and kick back that amount. He only has a single jointed knee. Doesn't give too much. And then he does have a hinge for the ankle with a ball joint sure stuck that's going down to the foot. So he's able to go. It's able to go back that amount and up that amount. That's actually not bad. And in terms of the pivot, it's not necessarily a pivot, more so than like a swivel, kind of like wobbles. So you're able to bend it to my left here, that amount, and then the other direction, that amount. So again, for 20 bucks, I am truly happy. This is probably, here we go, probably me speaking biased again, because I've been waiting for a classic Doom guy fig, and McFarlane finally pulled it off. And to add on to that, he does articulate way better than the first Doomslayer. He doesn't have as much bulkiness as that Doomslayer, so I'm happy to say that he does articulate better. Size comparison time. Babu Freak right there. So as you can see, he towers over Babu Freak. All right, I want to compare him with some other lines, but first and foremost, let's see his other counterparts. So this is the OG. Well, no, mistaken. This is the new Doomslayer design. Put him a little bit closer. And yeah, he is shorter. He is definitely shorter than actually, and then not just him. Here, let me show you against Doomicorn. God, I love this skin. I don't know, man. I'm a sucker for bright colors, but yeah, the Doomicorn and the original new Doomslayer skin does tower over the OG skin, which I suppose makes sense. But this is what I was mentioning earlier in terms of the articulation. This guy is so damn bulky in comparison to him. Same with Doomicorn, which is why I believe he can articulate a lot better, because he doesn't have all that bulkiness. So let's put these aside, that's just to give you guys an insight. Next, I do want to show you what he scales with against a NECA Terminator. This is obviously a T800 from the first movie. I think they scale well. I mean, my understanding is Doom Guy / Doom Slayer is kind of like Master Chief. He's supposed to be a huge individual. So, but then again, T800 is supposed to be big as well. But that's how they look amongst each other. Let me also, with another NECA figure, this is Predator, the Jungle Hunter from the first movie. So Predator is always going to be the bigger figure. NECA is making the, I mean, I love it. But yeah, NECA's Predator is always going to be a huge figure. I mean, it is a 7-inch scale, but Predators do tower definitely over most of any other line. And yeah, surprisingly enough, Doom Guy is still a lot shorter, and I like it. I like how they scale amongst each other. All right, moving on. I want to show y'all how he scales with homie over here. Some G.I. Joes. So that's how he looks amongst G.I. Joes. And again, like I was saying, Doom Guy is supposed to be a tall ass individual. So I personally think this looks good. You let me know what y'all think. But I think they scale very well amongst each other. And then last but not least, just two other separate lines, another Hasbro. Here is Mr. Kukulkan. So Namor. Oh, his spear's in the way. And an SH Fig Art, Goku Super Saiyan 2. This is the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Cool. So that's how he scales amongst all these other figures. Hopefully I was able to show you in case you were trying to nab this guy as well. Beast, which is the rating that I'm going to give Senor Doomslayer here. Look at Babu Freak. He's also digging it. But yeah, hopefully for those that tuned in, you were able to gather all the information you need on your decision making on whether to cop or drop Senor Doomslayer Classic Edition here, especially considering he was a McFarlane site exclusive and is no longer available. He's sold out. Unless you're able to find him through another retailer, I mean, he's going for about the $60 to $100 range on the secondary market. You can make that decision. Other than that, I want to thank everybody once again for tuning into my video. Staying to the very end. Please drop a like. If you got any feedback, I'd appreciate that. Please drop a comment below. And if you like my content, why not subscribe? As I'm going to continue trying to do this in the long run. As a collector, I tap into multiple different lines. All right, well, that's it for me. I'll see you guys until the next time. Lates.